Radiata pine, Australia's most versatile timber, is growing in popularity as more and more architects, builders and owner-builders recognise its many attributes and applications. Botanically named Pinus radiata, Radiata pine is a native of California from the Monterey area. It was introduced to Australia following trials of a number of imported timbers in South Australia in the 1870s. Radiata pine thrived under Australian conditions and plantations were quickly established. Today, there are Radiata pine plantations in all states totalling around 670,000 hectares with a potential yield of over 7 million cubic metres of sawlog in the year 2000, enough to build more than 1,200 Noah's Arks, 500 all-timber galleon warships, or over 300,000 house frames. Radiata pine plantations are efficient producers of an important renewable resource. For example, including our national parks, Australia has about 41 million hectares of native forest and less than 1 million hectares of pine plantations of all species. Yet the pine plantations produce more timber than all the native forests combined. People ask, why don't we grow hardwood in plantations? The answer is, hardwood can be grown in plantations, but there are several drawbacks. It takes a lot longer to grow, and hardwood plantations supply mainly pulpwood, not timber suitable for building applications. The planting and harvesting of Radiata pine makes sense. It supplies us with most of the softwood we need. It relieves pressure on native forests, and it helps reduce our dependence on imported softwoods. This only happens because Radiata pine is such a good timber. It's easy to work with, reliable, and in fact suitable for almost any of the purposes for which wood is normally used. Radiata pine has a density of approximately 450 kilograms per cubic metre, the same as the design density of seasoned Oregon and higher than some imports such as spruce, pine and fir. All untreated Radiata pine produced by members of the Radiata Pine Association of Australia is kiln dried to a moisture content not greater than 15%. This effectively overcomes shrinkage problems associated with unseasoned timber. Some preservative-treated Radiata pine is supplied seasoned. Some may not be, depending on the requirements. All Radiata pine produced by RPAA members is stress graded and branded to indicate its stress grade, such as F5 or F8. There's no problem with longevity, as Radiata pine house frames, constructed in accordance with good building practice, have an unlimited life. Using standard building practices, timber-framed houses and other structures have lasted for centuries. Unlike some low-density imported softwoods, Radiata pine has good nail-holding properties, which make it suitable for nail plate roof trusses. In fact, it falls into the same joint strength group as Oregon, JD4. Builders like Radiata pine because it's easy to work. It can be cut, sawn, nailed and drilled using normal hand tools. And all structural sizes are planer gauged, making them easy to handle and splinter-free. Radiata pine is available in a comprehensive range of structural sizes to suit most building applications, the only limitation in size and length being the size of available logs. But this is no problem where larger sizes are required. There are a number of engineered Radiata pine products available. Glue-laminated Radiata pine, also known as glue-lam, is now well established and is available either straight or curved. Some of the straight beams supplied are so straight they can be installed either way up. Other so-called straight beams actually have a slight camber to compensate for deflection under load and are installed camber up. There's also a Radiata pine laminated veneer made from thick veneers laminated together vertically with the grain oriented in the long direction. Scrimber, another engineered product, is made from small diameter thinnings which are crushed into a scrim and glued to manufacture a structural material. Lower grade material from milling is passed on for manufacture of particle board, medium density fibre board and paper products. There's nothing wasted. The warm, natural look of Radiata pine has made it a popular choice for interior linings or panelling. You see it in private homes, banks, offices, schools, restaurants, in fact, any building where a feel-good quality appearance is desired. Radiata pine wall and ceiling linings are available in a number of profiles and can be finished in a variety of ways. One of the more popular is a clear finish using one of the polyurethane coatings available. These provide a hard-wearing, easily cleaned surface under which the timber takes on a long-term, attractive, honey-coloured look. For designers who prefer the fresh, lighter colour of newly milled pine, various non-yellowing and liming finishes are available. Of course, the natural colour of pine can be altered if desired by applying any one of the many pigment and dye stains currently on the market. Standard Radiata pine lining profiles can be fixed two ways: by nailing through the face, or where nails should be out of view, by gluing with a neoprene adhesive. When using adhesives, particularly on ceilings, small brads may be inserted into the tongue or groove using the same technique as secret nailing. The purpose of the brad, however, is not to hold the boards in place structurally, but to hold them in place while the glue cures. Standard 12mm Radiata pine linings fixed horizontally should be provided with fixing points not further than 800mm apart on walls and 600mm apart on ceilings. For longer spans, or where fixing at 45 degrees to the supports, thicker boards are available. Radiata pine is also used for flooring, exposed, feature floor or covered floor. Like any other timber, pine must be looked after. Obviously, it's softer than hardwood and in exposed floors will dent under the impact of sharp objects and stiletto heels. Standard grade flooring should be used for exposed floors, while the more economical merchantable grade can be used for covered floors. Placing loose rugs in high wear areas will keep a Radiata pine floor in top condition. Properly preservative-treated Radiata pine is also highly suitable for external use. You'll see it as external wall cladding, pergolas, fences, outdoor furniture, lattice and trellis, patio decking, and so on. By properly treated, we mean not just dipping or coating with a brush, but preservative impregnation. In fact, a timber merchant should never sell a customer unimpregnated pine for outdoor use, no matter how much the customer swears to keep it well painted. Treated, Radiata pine can be made more resistant to wood rot and insect attack than most of the naturally durable timbers. The main preservatives used are creosote, CCA and LOSP, the common one being CCA, copper, chrome, arsenic. Because the chemicals become fixed in the wood, they won't leach out. The chemical combinations are of relatively low toxicity. So low that studies involving the feeding of sawdust from CCA-treated timber to cattle produced no adverse effects. It takes 7 days for the fixing process and a total of 3 weeks for the timber to dry out. Just the same, to avoid the possibility of corrosion, hot-dipped galvanized nails, screws, bolts and other fittings are recommended. Treated rounds are popular for retaining walls, pergolas, fence posts, playground equipment, house stumps and pole frame buildings. CCA-treated pine can be left to weather and will perform structurally. However, it will develop checking as it expands and contracts due to the effects of moisture. So for decking, wall cladding, outdoor furniture and the like, the Radiata Pine Association recommends protection by using a water repellent and/or good quality external stain. Radiata pine responds to being well looked after by following a few simple rules. For example, stack loose boards above ground by placing them on bearers of about 150 millimetres. Stack well away from hazardous areas. And don't lean boards against other materials on the site. For weather protection, store your Radiata pine under cover or cover with a tarp or plastic covering to keep it dry. Just be sure to allow for air ventilation to avoid excessive humidity. Radiata pine is very environmentally friendly. Pine plantations help prevent soil erosion. They also improve the quality of our water by lowering the water table and reducing salinity. Plantations increase the quality of our air by the removal of carbon dioxide. They're pleasant to look at and to visit, not only for humans, but for the wildlife that finds a home in our plantations. Radiata pine is a renewable resource. After harvesting, another plantation is established. And Radiata pine is converted from trees into an attractive, easy-to-work building material with the expenditure of less of our precious energy resources than other building materials. The Radiata Pine Association has literature on just about every aspect of using this wonderful timber to best advantage. The literature covers erection procedures, finishing, and the preservative treatment story. To check the structural sizes available for general building purposes, there's an RPAA standard size chart. For linings, flooring, and claddings, there are standard profiles charts. There's also the Pine Encyclopedia, a comprehensive 38-page book which covers all aspects of pine and building with pine. To obtain the literature you require, ask at the end of this presentation or contact the Radiata Pine Association of Australia at 10 Pitt Street, Parramatta, New South Wales. Whatever you're designing or building, domestic or commercial, you can rely on Radiata Pine. It's strong, it's easy to work, it's reliable.